Hey everybody, Rockin' Robbie Billups for Pop Culture Philosophers, and it's time for Robbie Rants. Today, we're going to be talking about Black Panther, A Nation Under Our Feet, Book 1. That's right, everyone. It's time for a review of the new Black Panther book from Marvel. When this book first came out, I did read it. I do remember really liking it. I thought issue 1 was amazing. It made my pick of the week that week. But over the course of like 4 to 5 issues, the book is very dense and it's got a lot going on. And because I read so much, I got lost. I couldn't remember what had happened. Characters started becoming confusing to me. So I stopped reading it with the intention on reading it when it started coming out in trade, getting caught back up. Well, I read, if you watch the weekly comic book review I do here, I read Black Panther and the Crew #1, and I loved it. I thought it was amazing. It made my pick of the week, and so I decided let's get caught up on Black Panther. It is time. It is written by Ta-Nehisi Coates, who is a writer and journalist for The Atlantic. This dude is a great writer outside of comic books. He is a huge talent, a great mind. I really respect Coates' work. But Black Panther is awesome for someone who's never really written a comic, and this book was late, and that added to me kind of forgetting what had happened. The book ran late, and Coates took the blame for that and said, look, this was way more involved than I thought it was. Of course, you know, some people may think writing a comic book is easy, but it's actually not. So that was really cool. So I reread this, and I have read all 4 of these issues. This collects issues 1, 2, 3, and 4. It also has, as a bonus, Fantastic Four number 52, representing the first appearance of Black Panther. So that's nifty. It's a $16.99 price tag. So that's 4 issues and a reprint. Well, they're all reprints, but you get what I'm saying. It's 5 issues, 1 being old, 4 in the story. But it's also got all of the variant covers laid out, so that's really nifty. As a buy, I think it's solid. I think it is a great book. I found it very engaging. Coates' story is dense and complex and politically charged, and I just love it. I think it's great. There is a lot going on in this book, and it all happens relatively quickly. It's almost hard at times to get a sense of the time that's elapsing in here, but it's a story of Wakanda on the brink of almost revolution. Its descent is happening. This really relies a lot on the previous Black Panther history, everything that's happened from the Doom War on especially. It relies very heavily on that, but I think even a new reader can get caught up on it. It does explain things. It's really a good, very well written book. I think the writing is fantastic. It doesn't waste time with its story at all. Everything that happens for a reason. These characters just show up. New characters are introduced. There are 2 characters in here, and they are amazing. They are basically former members of the Dora Milaje, and they have gone off on their own. There's a lot of dissent in Wakanda right now, and T'Challa is dealing with this. His sister has just died. He's dealing with ramifications of that. Everything that's happened between him and Namor, him and Thanos when Thanos came during Infinity. A lot of stuff, a lot of dark stuff has happened to Black Panther and Wakanda, and this is picking up from that dark tone that's already been set by previous stories. A lot of people say that the book doesn't rely on action, and that's a fault, and I think it's not a fault in the book. There are action scenes in the book, and they are dynamic and they are explosive, and Black Panther himself, T'Challa, is badass. He is awesome in this book, but the book does not rely on the action sequences to sell the book, to move the story forward. They happen because they're natural conflict that happens, and it also brings a lot of questioning into T'Challa about what he's doing, because a lot of his violence is perpetrated on his own people. When you try to stop unrest, civil unrest, how can you do it without violence? And is violence ever the right way to do it? And how does it feel when you have to resort to violence? These are themes that are picked up on here. Also, the relationship with him and his mother in this book is amazing. His stepmother, basically, but she is the queen mother, and her character is amazing. The former Dora Milaje that are in here, those are great, intriguing characters. The villains are very intriguing, and there is very little of them in here at times. It's like everything is just kind of sparsely thrown in there, but it's all dense. It's all meaty. It all feels important. It's all necessary. Story is straight up amazing. Brian Stelfreeze does the artwork. Brian Stelfreeze is a really good artist most of the time, and this is some of the best work of his career. It's really great. It is intricate in its simplicity. There are no wasted efforts in Stelfreeze's art in this book. It is amazing, and his use of silhouette is amazing. He does a great job of page layout and pacing out the comic book. It's just great. Seriously, some of the best stuff of his career, bolstered by Laura Martin's amazing colors. They are bold, they are vivid, and they are impactful. They are deliberate. Every single color was perfectly chosen, and the tones and shades of the color complement the artwork so well. It's such an enjoyable experience to read this book, and it's just the tip of the iceberg. This thing goes on for at least 2 more trade paperbacks after this. About to start book 2 very, very soon. Be talking about that. But overall, I highly recommend this book. I think any Black Panther fan is going to love it. Any fan of comics and graphic art will love this book. It's any fan of political intrigue and dealing with actual like issues. You're going to want to read this book. It's good stuff. Hats off to the entire team. All around a great book. Seriously, could not recommend this higher. I'm going to throw a link down below where you can get volume 1 at a good price on Amazon and help support PCP at the same time. But this book is just thoroughly enjoyable, and I'm just completely engaged in this and cannot wait to see how the story unfolds, because like I said, tip of the iceberg, yet so much happens, but it doesn't feel like it. It's just such a perfectly crafted story, perfectly executed artwork, and you should read this book. It's absolutely great. One of the Marvel's best comics right now, at least these first 4 issues. This is a great buy. Check it out, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know down below, what do you think of the book if you read it? If you haven't read it, why haven't you read it? Seriously, get down there, buy the book, read it. This is a great stuff. Go pick it up at your local comic book shop. Black Panther's a great book. Let's support it. We got a movie coming out. Lots of cool stuff about to happen with this character. So thank you guys so much. Please do like this video, share this video, and subscribe to the channel. I do a weekly comic book review. We do movie reviews, toy reviews, and unboxings. Tons of fun stuff, including our podcast. All of that and more can be found at popculturephilosophers.com. Thank you guys for rocking with us, and keep reading.